Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to The Key and another edition of Key by the Numbers. This week, we're going to take a tremendous procedure, which is 208-36 domestic violence. We're just going to take a little piece of that. We know that the domestic violence procedure in the patrol guide is just tremendous. So we're just going to do primary aggressor analysis today. That's it. Now, when we talk about primary aggressor analysis, before you even consider anything, there are three things that must be present. It must be simultaneous offenses. It must be misdemeanor versus misdemeanor conduct. And it must be a family offense, right? So all those three things have to be in place. Simultaneous. Somebody can't get punched, leave, and then come back 2 hours later. And they say, well, he did aggravated harassment. She did assault. It has to be simultaneous. It can't be retaliation or they came back later. Secondly, it has to be misdemeanor versus misdemeanor, right? Somebody got brained with a frying pan and the other person got scratched, doesn't count. Hitting somebody with a frying pan is assault too, which is a felony. So before you even consider a primary aggressor analysis, these three components have to be there. It has to be simultaneous, it has to be misdemeanor versus misdemeanor, and it has to be a family offense. Now, I know what you're going to say. We know how to do this. This is great, except for the one thing I'm going to get across to you right now is that remember that violation of an order of protection is not a family offense. Criminal contempt is not a family offense. So if somebody shows up, they violated the order of protection and she's pushing him out the door and he gets scratched, it's not the same thing. Yes, it's simultaneous. Yes, it's both misdemeanor, probably, but it fails on the third pillar, which is it's not a family offense. So there's a lot here, and I encourage you to go back and read it, but we're going to go through the big ticket items right now. Simultaneous, misdemeanor versus misdemeanor, and it has to be a family offense. What should the patrol cop do? First and foremost, always confer with the patrol supervisor. And one of the most important things is that you always have to make a complaint report and a DIR for each party. Now, one of the things that the patrol guide demands of you is that on each complaint report, DIR, you write in there that the person was the primary aggressor, the person was not the primary aggressor, or you're unable to determine who was the primary aggressor. Now, you do have some discretion here because it specifically states to you that you can lock up one, right, or both. If you're unable to determine, you can lock up both. But they want you to compare the extent of the injuries, where if the wife's getting punched, right, and she pushes the husband off and he gets a scratch, that's a defensive injury. So, right, the real primary aggressor there was the husband. So you can do this analysis, but the patrol guide gives you the latitude to lock up one or both of them. Remember that each one gets a complaint report, and on the complaint report, each one gets a complaint report and a DIR. And remember, on the complaint report, you are supposed to write in there if you're able, who was the primary aggressor, who was not the primary aggressor, or if you're unable to determine who was the primary aggressor. Okay, we're going to cut it here because I don't want it to run too long. Domestic violence is huge, so make sure you read 208-36 when you get a chance. I just wanted to deal with primary aggressor analysis. Now, one more thing before I go. Thousands and thousands of people watch these videos, and we don't get any likes. So right now I'm in a battle with George about whose video gets more likes, right? Thousands of people are watching my videos, but you got to hit that like button for me, please. Come on, you got to tell George that I'm better than he is, right? I realize that George can bench press a Volkswagen, but I have more hair than he does, okay? So hit my video, hit like on the video, share it with your friends. Make sure you follow The Key on all the social media platforms. We're over 9,000 strong now, 9,000. And that's 9,000 of your competition. That's what that means. Okay, until we see you again next time, have a great weekend. And remember that preparation is the key.